Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello. It looks like we have Civs chosen already. Kevin is going next.
I think you just dropped out there for a second, mate.
Me?
Yep.
Okay, I think we are good now.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so we've got Civs here. Obviously, we can see Kevin is Mexico and Oliveza is Port. So this should be an interesting matchup. Alright, here it is. Okay.
Okay, we got the games. Let's get the predictions going. Who will take game one? Is it going to be Kevin or Oliveza? Harrison already predicting Kevin with the 4-1.
Okay, here we are, everyone. Here we go. Game one of this series. Oliveza versus Kevin. Let's start. So we get Kevin over here on the left in the color blue, and he'll be playing Mexico. And we're up against Oliveza playing Ports in the red. So, yeah, tell me what you think, Pixel. What do you think about this matchup? What do you think about the map?
First of all, let's go ahead with the map. Obviously, we have the two trade routes up north, both independent trade routes running. Both civs can go ahead and take control of the trade post. So we might see early contention for the trade post, especially from Mexico taking control of the trade post. And down south, we have a few whales, 3 whales, and just then I don't think there's much fish spawn on this map. What do you think?
Uh, we've got 3 whales. Yeah,
Fish.
there's a few fish.
And about the matchup, Portuguese and Mexico. Mexico, it's pretty hard to tell because they could do anything. They could go into a Baja rush. They could do a trade monopoly victory on this map with the trade posts. They could do a sea revolt or even fast industrial. You will never know.
I'm just gonna pause it because I think it's actually running a bit slow. Uh, Maybe I'll wait for the game
So
to
yeah, the game is just catching
play a
up.
bit. Yeah. Okay, maybe it might be better now.
The game is still catching up, it seems.
Oh, it's a bit laggy on my side. Let me try fix this. Sorry, I'll transition out. And yeah, I guess we'll keep playing it. I don't know why it's playing slow like that though.
Keep it to 3 speed, no? Maybe that might help because it seems to be much slower than usual.
No, it's just going slow. I don't know why.
Maybe you turn up your frames to 60 FPS on the game.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. The game's not happy with us today.
I think that's better. Oh wait. No, it's not.
It's a tiny bit slow.
Does
I think maybe
does
we will
anyone know
start from
what it is? Because this wasn't happening earlier.
Let's maybe restart from the beginning.
I don't want the game to be played and then turn off overlay. Remove FPS cap.
Set the FPS to max, right?
To max.
That might help. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
That's better. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm noob when it comes to doing this, so we're fine now. Let's get straight back into it. So we got Ollie over here getting a nice food treasure, 80 food, which is always nice. And we have Kevin who's gone up with a TP as well, and he's getting a wood treasure here.
Let's have a look at their decks, shall we?
Yep, so it seems like we've got a water deck here, sending one of the best shipments in the game, the Hacienda with the 2 vills. And yeah, I don't think there's anything crazy apart from maybe this 3 TP card, which is quite interesting.
I think, yeah, we're pretty sure we're gonna see some trade post contestation early on with this deck from Kevin.
I'm curious to see if he'll put this forward or not. Or if he'll just leave it in base. It seems he's going up north with it. Let's have a look at Ollie. Ooh, ATP. So they're both going for the TPs.
It's interesting because we've been seeing a lot of ATP play lately in this tournament. So I think people are trying to come up with new strategies. Or I think maybe Portuguese doesn't want to give Mexico the whole TP land.
Yeah, interesting. So we've got the Hacienda right here in the middle of the map up north.
Yeah, Mexico definitely wants to take control of the trade posts. That's for sure. We have Portuguese aging up with the what is he aging up with?
He's aging up with the quartermaster, which is standard age up, and Mexico's. I don't even know what this is for Mexico, but he's taking both TPs here as ports.
Mexico has already sent 3 fishing boats as his second shipment. So he's already on water right away.
Yes, and I think he's on those whales.
I don't think it's really worth investing much heavily into water on this map because there's barely any fish. The only reason I would say is just to get the 3 whales. And we have 700 wood incoming from Portuguese. And Mexico already taking 3 fort posts.
Yeah, so he's gone for the native TP as well. And we got the forward TC here as well. So I think it's just going to be, contesting all the TPs. Oh,
I think Mexico is going for a more booming approach.
Kevin's going for this TP as well. It's there's pike units that are these native TPs.
Taking the opposite trade posts. Not really sure what's going on with the players. I think they're both going bow pike, using the Zen allies, making what are these called? Soheli units? No, sorry. I forgot the name of these pikes.
They're making natives. They're called Sohi Naginata. Yeah.
Naginatas, yeah. So pikes with pretty good base.
Yeah, and he's sending Expo behind, so yeah, a bit of pike bow. Whereas Mexico is going for bills and kind of just booming a bit.
Do you reckon we might see a Central America revolt here? But the macro doesn't seem to be for that.
Maybe not at this stage. And he's got H3 cards, so I don't think we will.
seems to be insurgency focused because he has majority of his skills on foot.
We got pikes into pikes here. He really needs to get these crossbows.
Yeah, Mexico in a really sticky position right here. Not looking good.
Although these things are so cheap though, like you can spit them out like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, 10 insurgency is much better.
But we'll need something to counter
I think the
these
Nagita
expos here. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a good engagement for Mexico right here. And
But he doesn't want to lose all this
700
infrastructure as well, because it's kind of all he's got.
yeah, he's really invested into it a lot. Portuguese can just take his time, try to siege stuff down at this moment because his forward base is fully compromised as of right now.
Yeah, so maybe he'll have to rebuild back at base. He's got some skirms out now.
Yes, Skirm's picking up the pikes.
So Ports has just sent 700 coin. Is he going to try age, or are we going to be just making more units here?
Still a far ways to aging up. Portuguese taking control of the North map. A pretty demanding position from Portuguese here. Oliveza doing a pretty good job keeping the map to himself, making sure that the Mexico player doesn't take the trade posts.
I mean, this is really nice kiting, to be fair. He's picked off quite a few pikes just by backing up. But he really doesn't want to lose this Hacienda, because that's his shipment point here as well, and kind of like his ability to control these TPs.
Yeah, those three skirms had insane value just picking off those Naginatas from there. But the crossbows now chasing them down.
Yeah, and we see more shipments from ports here. We got the Abyss. What are they called?
The Cannoneers.
The Cannoneers, that's right.
Basically one pop Abyss. The Portuguese deciding to go all in on H2. So the 700 coin was just to get the Cannoneer shipment out. So making full use out of the trade posts right there.
Yeah, so I think Ollie's probably going to get the TPs, and maybe he'll try to stagecoach as well.
Could be a possibility. He has the north map to himself now. He's just seizing down the trade post, the native trade post from the Mexico player.
I wonder if Kevin will try H here, or if he's going to stick to H2, because we got 700 coin coming in. But he seems to be making units. We got some cav.
Do we have a 600 coin from the Portuguese player or no? Because he has already invested 700 coin
Yeah,
into the Canada.
so he still does have 600 coin. I think that's probably if he wants to age. And the 700 coin was just used to make units.
Do you reckon he might sell the Drabants next, the bikeman, as a shipment? He has it on his deck.
Maybe. But he's already got like lots of pike here, right?
Yeah, but the Chinacos might force him out now. I'd say Portuguese is looking in a pretty good spot right now.
Yeah, Ports is looking
Eco has
so
been
nice right
relatively
now.
impressed.
If he gets stagecoach on this TP line, I just love how because he hasn't had the time to like siege this, he's just put a wall on it, just delaying Kevin even more.
Both players not opting to take water at all, and no contention down the south side of the cliff as well. Relatively open, just all the fight going up north for the trade posts. And Portuguese now just taking the last trade post on the map.
Yep, and he's got stagecoach coming in now, and he's sending 600 coins, so maybe we're gonna see an age up here. Although this is a lot of cav here from Mexico, so Ports has to be careful to keep their pikes alive.
Yeah, Portuguese still has a pretty good massive pikes to deal with Chinacos. Do you reckon we might see a trade monopoly victory in H3 maybe?
Oh, I mean, trade monopoly isn't very standard, is it? So I'm not sure if we'll see it, but it would definitely be interesting.
Oh, here comes the stage coach now.
More contesting of the TP line.
I'm surprised to see that none of the players are opting for raids from down south, especially
Yeah.
Mexico with Piscinaco.
Yeah, it's just
Both teams
everything's up north, and the Western Allies are coming in. So more H2 plates. Not a cav here though.
Portuguese not
for
opting
Kevin.
to make putting more millet. Yeah, Mexico deciding to play H2. I think Portuguese is trying to age up just right now, just buying time with all the fortifications up front.
I mean, maybe he's trying to age up. Like, why is he sending the shipment then? Because he definitely doesn't have enough pikes here to, I think, counter all that cav.
I think he might cancel the shipment, or maybe not. He does have the resources to click up, but he's investing into hustles right now.
So I think right now he's happy just sitting back, maybe massing while Kevin... Oh, and we've got a big pop here. Minutemen with the husk pop. And the
Portuguese
Chibans
has the
as well.
pretty solid. This is not a good fight for Mexico, I think.
Well, I mean, it's looking pretty good for Mexico right now. There's not a lot of pikes here, but the Chibans have just come in. He's got to back up a bit.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough stones to be with it now. We have 6 musketeers as the next shipment from Portuguese.
Still, yeah, heavy
Still
in
opting to
H2,
play
but I
H2.
think this is still looking fine for ports. He can't lose his pikes. Otherwise, that's kind of it.
Portuguese now only controlling 1 trade post, so just has to get the remaining trade post to get the stagecoach value back up. But Mexico taking good control of this fight right now. The Soldado is really putting in the work right there. Just tanking shots and dealing damage.
Classic must-cast comp, right?
Yeah, you're allowed to say it, huh?
I guess that just beats Expo Pike.
Yeah, Soldados are just too strong for crossbows to deal with.
Oh, so we've got a dock up here.
And just deal damage.
Seems like we're doing a bit of a water boom. On 52 vils right now for Mexico, which seems really nice. And 35 for ports, so we've got like a 20 vil lead nearly, 15.
Wow. You don't really expect Mexico to have more vils than Portuguese, right? But because I think it's mostly to do with Portuguese investing heavily into H2.
Yeah, and Mexico's doing the sneaky water play, which I don't think Ollie is aware of. Let's see. Yeah, no, he doesn't even know he's on water.
But now the 3 hussars coming in to delay all those vils being idle right now.
Maybe just buying some time.
Yeah, the players now seem to have calmed down, just trying to recontrol the map right now, just taking in the trade posts, not opting to push out into the map. It looks like we have some walls coming down south from Portuguese.
Oh, so Mexico's aging. Yeah, and I think Ollie realizes he's in a bit of a tricky situation, so he's wanting just to drop down some walls to delay any possible push from Kevin. We're aging up with San. This age up.
I'm not sure what that agent does.
I guess we'll see once it comes in.
I think it's something to do with water.
So Ollie's found out that Kevin's on water now.
Portuguese close to aging up.
Yep. Exiled Prince. Nice. So he'll be up just behind Mexico, which is fine. And he's got his stagecoach back. He's fully walled as well.
He is fully walled, yes. But still, Mexico can still utilize water to transport units across. So if Portuguese doesn't control water, this might be a tricky situation for him.
I would love to see that.
That would be interesting. Yes, you don't see most of the players opting fishing boats to transport units across.
Yeah, but I think maybe he's going to be wanting to contest this water here. Can't let, 14 boats just sit there?
Yeah. Mexico has really invested a lot into this fish boom right here. You might see a few caravels being trained from a Portuguese player.
I wonder if Ollie's going to go industrial, actually. He's not spending any of his res. I guess he's housed, though.
He is housed, yes.
And yeah, he's sending 1,000 coin.
Does he have any H4 shipments that he's willing to use?
I mean, he's just got the 2 heavy cannons in the factories.
Both players just taking their time, trying to get boom back into the game. But I think Mexico has a pretty good lead right now, eco-wise and score-wise as well. Even with the Portuguese having 2 trade posts with Stagecoach.
Yeah, I think Mexico's still definitely in the lead. Like, he's just got the units right now, and Ports doesn't.
Ports units are all spread across the map. This is not looking good. We have a cheeky raid going on Mexico's space right now.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Nice if the outpost wasn't there. He's not going to get a lot of vills.
Mexico now trying to take the map control by staging down their forward ground control. Oliveza opting to place dirt towns a bit closer to the water to keep the shores alive.
Yep.
Make sure no caravels pushed.
I don't know how Ollie holds this though.
Yeah, it is looking a bit rough for Oliveza right now.
Oh. Get your cav out of there.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is not looking good.
He needs goons right now, I'd say. If he has
He
goons...
doesn't have a military production.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's got so much res, just needs to spend it somehow.
Mexico opting not to push.
I mean, these TPs are just delaying the push, so I guess that's nice. Allow him to age up and maybe get a few units out. I like these walls though. Drop heavy cannons here, get some goons, and you should be, I guess, alright. It'll still be tough though.
Something to note, he is avoiding to siege the walls up near the trade line, so Oliveza can still see units going when walking across his base.
Yeah, you're right.
With the walls up, it's just giving him line of sight. It's just crucial information to know when the push is coming.
Oh, we've got factories first. I feel like you want the heavy cannons, because Kevin's just going to walk right in here, like he owns the place.
He's going really heavy into coin, like 2k coin.
Yeah,
Does
he
he
doesn't
have a
even have a
mercenary?
racks or like a stable.
It's a really greedy. I think we might see armored displays come out, but he's opting to send in the factory now. I think it's over for Portuguese. Oliveza is looking in a really tough spot. He doesn't have the military to contest this size of an army. And he doesn't have the shipment ready yet for the armored displays to come in.
Yeah, he doesn't have a shipment either. He wanted to send a factory, but that's just not the right decision, I think.
He is going for the reward, interestingly enough.
Oh, yeah. So what does this do? He's turned all his villains into Musk.
Independent spells.
Oh shit, look at all this.
But he doesn't have enough will to fight this out.
he could
He
probably
might
take care of all that
five,
cav.
Yes, Sinakos do be going down to those red coats.
I still don't think it's
Something to
enough
note
though.
that it is not enough. So he does still have his factory lab. I thought it went down.
Oh
But
yeah,
I
he
don't know
kept it
why
alive.
Oliveza. I'm not sure why Kevin is deciding to back off here.
I love this fort placement, just right in front. So Kevin's just sticking to H3. I think he just needs to push in.
He needs his ironclads up here right now. But I think it's over because just of that one quote being there, it just gives him complete vision of what Oliveza is up to. He's just backed into this corner.
Nice
Just
shot.
deciding not to give up yet. Oh, looks like he's transporting units across. I don't think it's gonna save him though. He's completely out of the game right now. Surprising to see the score not that awful. It's still about 2k score. Or I mean 22k score.
And the factory goes down. I mean, Ollie may clean this up actually. Oh, but there's just so much more cav.
It might be easier to defend, but I don't see a way how Oliveza is returning back to this game.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin's
Kevin
on
has
H4
around
now,
60
so...
levels. It is pretty tough. But interesting to see Oliveza pull out a revolution in game 1.
Yeah, and it's actually not Mexico, right?
He
Roles
pulled out the
reversed.
reverse card of Mexico.
Oh, so these are actually
Still got a few-
lances. Why did I think they were cowboys?
They do look like cowboys, don't they?
Oh, and that's it. That's the game. I mean, well played on both sides. The beginning was quite intense. It was a bit back and forth who's going to control the TP line, but I guess Kevin just took it and then was able to capitalize.
Yeah, pretty good games from both teams. I think Oliveza went a bit greedy with the H4 and the Revolt. Maybe he should have just sticked around in H3. But yeah, I think some mistakes are bound to happen.
Kevin was 10k
You don't.
res ahead. I think that was probably off the fish room and maybe the stagecoach as well.
I mean, 50 wills more than Portuguese. Yeah. You don't expect Mexico to outboom Portuguese, right? Even without the CA report. Yeah, really bad fights from Oliveza. But I think he had a really demanding position up the start, but he just threw it away.
Yeah, I mean, it was just tough because he had no military production buildings, and then he went for that revolt, which was nice, but then he couldn't maintain it, right?
If you really look at it, Oliveza really depended on all unit shipments. He used the 6 musketeers, he used the cannoneers, he used the trapans. I don't think he really trained much military. Did he even have a military production building? I don't even remember.
I don't think he did.
It's just all unit shipments. Right, I think let's move on to the next.
Yeah, I think
game.
the next game is started, so let's...
Yeah, next game's up. Let's update the scoreboard.
Hopefully all the technical issues are gone now. I might just adjust the sound a little bit, because I think it was just a tad bit loud. Okay, so we're just waiting on game 2. What's the chat saying? Seems everyone's going for Ollie. Lots of Ollie emotes in the chat.
Did someone in the prediction or no? Let's make sure these guys get their deserved channel points. Yeah, prediction. Yeah, Kevin won the match.
Oh, and we've got
prediction
Sibs
results
for,
are in.
we've got Sibs for game 2. Wow, the two powerhouses, Ethiopia and Ottomans. Be interesting to see who takes this. So, update your predictions. Who do you think is going to win?
Pasha is saying to lower the game volume.
Yeah, I lowered it by like 10%.
Yeah, I think we should be fine now.
Oh, I was on closest region, that's why I didn't show up. Well. Okay, here we go, game 2. One second, guys. We're about to jump right in. Okay, here we are. Game 2 of this series. We've got Kevin over in Colorado, over here on the right in the color blue, playing Ethiopia. And, oh, I think we've got a pause, maybe? I think the players have paused. And we've got Ollie over here on the left playing Otto.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
I think you should restart the game because the game isn't supposed to do this.
Oh, do you think it's crashed or something?
Just, yeah, just restart the game.
Restart the game? Okay.
Just waiting for the games to start. Should be soon, in a minute or so.
Yep.
Who won game 3? We're not sure who won game 3 because of the game being ended. We'll just cast it in the end. I'm pretty sure the game ends pretty soon now, right after that, 15 minutes. We'll just skip ahead to the 15 minutes and we'll continue from where we left off. So we still have game 2 and game 3 to cast. This is technically game 4, but we are casting it as game 2 of the series.
Okay, here it is. Just loading in now. Oh, whoops, I didn't transition. Silly me. Okay, here we are. On the map Korea. So, we have Ollie here on the left, playing Spain. And over here in the red, we have Kevin playing France. Yeah, I mean, this is a really nice map. You got the water that goes all around the, kind of the north side of the map. And it seems like Kevin might be going for an early dock start. So maybe not opting for the TP. Yeah, what do you think about this matchup, Pixel?
Both pretty legacy favorite civs, Spain and France. France being the obvious favorite here. France being overall pretty balanced in terms of unit composition. I'm not sure what to expect out of France. Maybe Spain might do a fast fortress, so we might see France trying to stop that. I'm not sure about the dock start as France. I've never seen this before.
Yeah,
What
this
do you
is quite unusual. I'm curious to see what his deck will be. Surely you can't go
I
too
don't think
heavy
Spain
on this.
expects him.
I don't think you can go too heavy on water on this map because there's no whales, and like you only have a small amount of water that's safe. Because if you once you get up here, like people can like drop outposts up here and you won't be able to fish. So yeah, curious to see what Kevin does with that. We've got decks here.
I doubt Spain would. I doubt Spain would spot the dock at the back because scouting it is not really that easy.
Yeah, that's true. And he wouldn't suspect it, and you won't see it from the deck either. Seems like we've got a native deck, so this is going to be really interesting. Maybe with the Jesuits, which recently got buffed.
Yeah, the Conquistadors have been pretty good so far, even switching to 90 food and 90 gold, if I recall. So the macro should be pretty easy for France to mix into the early unit composition. So I think we might see Royal Musketeers and maybe mix in for a few Conquistadors, but I doubt we see Conquistadors. But looks like Spain has already picked up the trade post, or is it just for the lamps?
No, Spain hasn't even gone with the TP. Wow, very unstandard. So what did he spend the wood on?
Not quite sure, but he looks like to be going with the 8 shapes and the homestead wagon. Could you just show his deck again?
He's got CM as well.
Oh, pretty fast fortress, fast industrial even oriented deck. I think he might be going for a fast industrial deck here, considering he's shipping the 8 shape early on.
Yeah, and he's got the CM in his deck as well. So I think you could be right there.
A pretty flexible deck, lots of unit shipments in H3, so if he is pressured in H3, he can hold on to it with unit shipments. But and looks like we have France aging up with Quartermaster maybe?
Yeah, the Quartermaster. I wonder if he'll send this card right now. And then place like a forward native building. What's it called?
The Royal Embassy.
The Embassy, yeah, that's it.
It's a pretty good card. Like, you could have a military building placed before you even age up. So technically, you could have musketeers in his base before he even gets his racks down.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and so he's chops
like
for the TP in transition.
He seems to be saving up the shipment for H2 shipments. So we might see 700 wood come in maybe. He's still heavy on wood, so he seems to be invested into going on water.
Yeah, he's making the boats, the boat. We got Spain. He's sending 700 coin. Oh, he's dropping walls. So yeah, this seems like a very industrial kind of favored play. We've got the homestead wagon into the livestock pen in the back.
I think considering that what we saw on Spain's deck, Kevin might be prepared for what's to come. He might do a fast fortress himself from this boom.
Maybe. I mean, we're seeing a Rax here now.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, Evolution in the
applying
chat.
pressure early on.
Evolution in the chat has reminded me that the Jesuit have a gunpowder attack tech. Also 15% Viltrain speed seems nice when trading CBD. Yeah. And
It is pretty good, yeah.
wait, Spain's gone for the Jesuits.
I think he just picked it up recently. Maybe I missed it out.
So Spain's going up now.
Is he going up with the Hussars or what's he edging up with?
Oh, build time is decreased by 15%, not increased. The Bishop.
The Bishop.
Is that the full Huss?
I believe that's the 4 Hussars, yes. And looks like we have France trying to age up right now.
Yeah, so do you think Kevin maybe suspects that Ollie's going H4? He probably thinks he'll go H3. And so that's why he's aging as well.
Let's have a look at France's deck again. Does he have any H4 shipments? Just, yeah, I think he was looking forward to playing H2 against Spain, but
Yeah.
maybe.
Like, this
think
isn't,
this
this
might
isn't
be-
a long-term deck either. Like, he doesn't have any eco cards except for Eco Theory. And he doesn't have any, like, big, beefy shipments in H4.
You know what, actually? I think his initial intention was to go native trade tricks because he has that in his deck. But he might have scouted the fast industrial deck by Spain here, so opting to go just for the H3 play. Yeah, I think he's going for an H3 player right here. Just training up some musketeers. Try to get some villager picks early on. The thing about this map is also, you really need map control because the Huns are really spread out. So Spain will eventually run out of Huns and will have to eat his sheep. But I don't think he might be able to keep up unit production after that. He goes to H4 though. So France is just free to run around and take the map.
What's Spain sending right now? So it's just getting his market text. Oh, so he went up with the TC.
Oh, the bishop is the TC, yeah. My bad.
Yeah, so very kind of totally orientated. And we got the fort coming in as well.
Has he sent Spanish gold yet? I'm curious about that. He has not. Okay.
He doesn't even have another house. He's currently housed.
Yeah, he has the Johnson.
I wonder if Kevin feels like he wants to push out, because he's probably suspecting this like 2 Falc 8-minute or 9-minute timing attack with Musk. I wonder if he's
He
trying
is
to
scouting
scout
right
that.
now.
Yeah, so I think he's seen the walls and he's like, wow, maybe Spain's going to go H4.
Pretty sure he won't be expecting the fort though.
No, the fort will definitely keep him at bay.
A really defensive play from Spain right here. If Kevin could completely shut him out of the map, this could be a win right here for France, even with the unit shipments.
Yeah, I mean, Spain has 1 hunt in base plus the sheep. So he should be fine to get to H4.
He only gets the resources to go up to H4, but how does he respond after that though? He's gonna heavily rely on unit shipments, and he only has that one single trade post and the church trickling in experience.
Yeah, you're right. He's literally... Does he have the infinite... He doesn't have the infinite 7 lances. That would have been a nice card, I think.
He does have the Elemento in H4 though.
Yeah. Yep.
Elementi?
Elemedi? I say Elemedi. and Kevin's just seen the fort, and he's just gonna back right
Yeah.
up.
And here comes Spanish gold.
Oh wow. 5 batch of Kurasi. But he's not gonna be able to achieve
think
much
the-
with that.
What do you think the best play for France right here is? I think maybe Falconet push into his base.
I think maybe like it'll be hard to push this, especially with all the walls. Maybe you just H yourself, send 2 heavy cannons. I like this though, it's just sitting on his next hunt.
Yeah. He has not shown the cuirassiers yet, so I don't
Yeah.
think Spain knows he has like 10
Oh,
cuirassiers
here we
out
go.
yet.
1,000 coins. So I'm sure we'll see everyone swap to food. I'd like to see him invest more in water. What do you think?
Maybe, but I think he might be planning on to close the game right away, so not focusing on investing onto wood right away. But I know he's shipped the 1k wood though, but doesn't seem to have invested into a town center. So still on 1 TC, just doing some damage on Spain's base, and he spots the livestock pen. I don't think it's worth taking it out though.
It's probably not, because all of these sheep are now fattened. Unless he can
And he's
convert
in-
all these sheep and delete them, that would be a good play.
I don't think he
delete
can
them.
because of the trees.
No, he can. He can delete them.
Is
That's
he gonna run away?
That's
with
like 1,200 food. Oh wait, no, some of them
yeah,
aren't
that's a
fattened.
risky.
Nice.
He deletes them.
I think only
Spain is
one of them
crippling.
is fattened.
Yeah, only one of them was fat. The few were almost. He still has a few sheep behind his base. He could still eat those. He does have more than 8 sheep, so did he ship in more sheep or did he train them?
I think he must have trained them.
Strange.
So Kevin is... Oh, he's going for Falcons. That's why he sent the coin. Is Ollie... Ollie's not even starting to age yet.
He is macroing for the age up. He does have 1 shipment. He should probably use it just to get the gold off from Spanish gold. What do you reckon?
Oh, for sure. Or maybe he wants to save it for H4, but like it's 12 minutes 30 and we're still H3, so... It's quite a delayed H4, but I still think Kevin can't really push into this without some, like, Falcons, which are on the way right now.
But I think it's too late because he's about to click up right now. Oh, and he's shipping in 2 Falcons as well, so this is
Oh,
going
we're
to be
gonna
almost...
7 Falc his ass.
Yeah, so Spain has to really rely on huge unit shipments, but I doubt he would be able to deal with anything because he has almost like what 10 cuirassiers out and 7 falconets to deal with. Pretty iffy spot if you ask me. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, is Spain even going up yet? He's just clicked up now. The cavalry marshal.
I believe that gives them lancers.
I think so, yeah. But I'm not actually sure. And he's got no more like natural resin base except for these 2 clone mines. The only food he has is these sheep.
Yeah, I think he's aiming to get the Elementai out. But he just... I think he bought some food out of the coin. Did he market trade with it? Because he just lost a lot of coin right there.
He may have.
I think... Yeah, 6 falconets out for France. Kevin doing a really good job at pressuring Spain. Really backed onto a corner right here. Interesting to see that he isn't training any cav units again. Just focusing on
And
making
he
more
just
musketeers.
sent cav combat as well.
I think he's expecting Rodleros. Maybe that's why he's training Musketeers out.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good shipment of Rodleros might be able to clean this up, but I doubt with the 7 Falconets right there, he might not be able to do much damage.
Yeah, so we've got
Oh, here comes the Lance.
6 Lances. And what's his shipment's gonna be? Oh, he's housed. He's got lots of res actually. Just has to spend it.
I think he forgot about the house squad when the age up arrived with those 6 Lances.
Yeah, I mean,
Opting for the...
what does Spain even make right now?
He just has to rely on unit shipments to win.
Like, you need Coves, first of all. And he
I
can't...
don't think taking down the PC helps stop.
I think Kevin's fine right here. He can just sit back and relax, let his Falcons do the work.
Yeah, but he has to pay
Oh.
attention to the Falcon.
Oh, he's
Here
revolting.
comes the push. Yeah.
Oh, Chile! Oh, so these Hus that are coming in now will turn into the big boys.
Death. I saw some deaths.
Oh, but he had to delay the revolt to get the Hus in. Go, 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 go.
Oh, here we go. And these guys have 1k hit points, I believe.
480.
Oh, just 480.
Why aren't these anywhere near as impressive as I thought they were?
I think those hussars needed to be on top of the Falcons.
Yeah, and I feel like it's already over. Like, Kevin's fine after this. Ollie only has like 2 shipments, and the Falcons will just clean the revolutionaries up.
Wasn't expecting the revolt there. I guess that's why it, market trade right there. The food.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Or maybe, I think even Kevin realized that he might be doing the revolt and opted to go for the town center.
Perhaps. I guess Ollie's a bit of a fan of revolting.
Yeah, two revolts in the game so far, and that's not by Mexico, mind you.
I mean, Ollie's somewhat like been able to hold this push. There's still a lot of Musk here, but there's no more Falcons.
Yeah.
He still can't really like match what Kevin's doing. Kevin's dropping a 3rd TC, and he's just taking the whole map.
And he's on 50 wills as well. Yeah, it's a pretty hard comeback for Spain right now.
Oh,
Chile.
he's sending petards. He's like, right, I don't want to make any more Falcons. We're just gonna petard this fort. I like it.
He's gonna need 6 or 7 petards. 5 won't be enough to take down a fort. But I think the fort is pretty low on hit points, so the 5 petards should be able to take it out.
It's only had 8 damage
Even it,
taken to it.
it's probably from the splash damage that the Falcon has to
Where are the petards going? Is he gonna put it in a boat and sail it all the way around?
It looks like it, but yeah, it seems to be. Oh, never mind.
I don't know.
Probably a misclick right there. Here comes the raids with the revolutionaries though. Oh,
So,
was
14 Bulch.
Butch. Right. Oliveza really using his full game knowledge to educate us with the new revolts.
I mean, this isn't a new
And
revolt.
something that's-
This is, I think, always been in the game.
I mean, let's be honest, we don't know anything about these revolts, right? Do we?
I think this is actually, it's not like that uncommon for Spain
It's
to
not new.
do the Chile revolt.
Yeah, but I think it's pretty over for Oliveza right now with those petards showing up. But he is getting pushed back at base though.
Oh, what wagon was that?
Seems to be a fort wagon. No? Oh, it's maybe the
The native embassy?
Could be.
There goes the fort.
Yeah. And he's out of shipment points once the outpost goes down. And that should be game right there.
Where's Ollie making these musk from? Wait, no,
He
sorry,
can't.
that's Kevin. I'm silly, I was thinking the wrong person. Yeah, I'm not sure really
Otherwise,
what...
he's completely out of the game right now. He
I'm
can't
not
do
sure
anything.
really what he can do right now, yeah.
He doesn't have a unit shipment point, so this game is pretty much over for Oliveza.
He's just trying to make it back with some raids, but...
It's pretty over. As far as I know, the only shipment he could really send is the water shipments, because that's the only shipment point which you can never take out. But I don't see how Ironclads would help him save or come back from the game.
Yeah. I think this is about
he's
it.
just
I mean,
taking
he's
one
sending the
fast
ironclads now.
Just being annoying to... Oh, he's training Jesuits, but I don't think he has the coin in him for this.
Yeah, I think this is very much over.
Oliveza clearly frustrated, just taking it out on Kevin, being annoying.
He just wants to see what these Jesuits can do. The dogs.
They're doing pretty good damage, actually, even against wet musketeers. Say we just fast forward the game right now.
I don't think you can
Or just
fast forward a
move.
live game.
You could just put it to 3 times speed.
Oh, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting one. Age 4 into revolt from Spain, and Kevin just doubled down on the Falcons. Double the res from Kevin.
Really interesting start from Kevin with the dogs.
Do you think that paid off?
Well, at this point, it's hard to say because Spain didn't really pressure France at all. So I think it's all right. It just gives him that extra villager lead early on. But as France, is it really worth it? Because you have CDBs, so...
Okay, so they've already actually started the next game. So hopefully it'll pop up any minutes. We have Kevin as USA and Ollie as Mexico.
Ooh, clash of the 2 DLCSs?
Yeah, the two most kind of crazy
Annoying
DLCs.
civs?
The most unpredictable, let's say that. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Yeah, let's just keep it that way. Let's update the scores. It's 2-0 for Kevin to Oliveza. Okay, let's hope. Oliveza did revolt both games, yes. He revolted as Portuguese and he revolted as Spain.
Okay. Here we go. Game... Sorry. Game 3. What map is this?
This is Nile Valley.
Oh no. It's stopped again.
Uh-oh.
Why has it done that? I think we cast game 2 then.
Yeah, let's move on to game 2. Hopefully they provide us with a recording for this. But that's unfortunate again.
Okay, let me just transition. I hate how it's doing this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we update the roads?
Update the what, sorry?
Did we update the scoreboards to Ottomans and Ethiopia?
Well,
Okay,
it doesn't matter now because we're not in pre-match. So I think we just continue with this cast and then we'll cast hopefully that last game off the wreck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then we'll continue after 15 minutes.
Yep. Sounds good. Okay, let's jump right in. So this is on Colorado. We have Kevin playing Ethiopia over here on the right in the color blue. And on the left we have Oliveza in the color yellow playing Ottomans. Yeah, like I think this is a really nice map. I know you often see forward bases right here in the middle. There's a good amount of hunts kind of like in base and around base. And obviously you have the TP that's quite close by. What do you think we're going to be seeing from out of these players today, Pixel?
Two interesting safe choices to go against because you have on one hand you have the Shotels and the other hand you have Delhis. Two really strong caps to start up, but I'm not really sure what both these players have in mind to begin with because it's a really tough thing because you could start cav, you could start musketeers, you could start even Avis guns, but not really start Avis guns, but you could mix in Avis guns. Obviously, Ottomans having the upper hand in terms of unit composition quality. It just looks like we have a pretty basic start from Ottomans right here with the trade post mosque start.
Yep, seems pretty standard to me. Curious to see how Kevin will play this. I wonder if he'll go with like the H2 kind of death bowl, or will he do like a semi-FF into H3 and get his skirms out and up his shuttles, which have been very strong recently after their buff. Getting, wow, 90
I think
food there's quite nice.
let's check the decks for the players. We might get an idea on what they plan on doing.
What's this card?
We might. It makes Neftanias in H2.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting card. I don't see that in many Ethiopia decks.
You don't. I think maybe he intends to stay H2 or it's just more of a late game focus card for him. Pretty standard deck for Ottomans right here. And even the seeing 7 Azaps in H2. Silk Road in deck as well, so you might see some TP play.
Yeah, I think we might see some more TPs being placed.
This is a really interesting map because you only really get one safe trade post and the rest two are somewhat in the center. So you really need to have the map control to keep the two trade posts.
Yeah, I like to see that Otto has Mams in deck as well.
Do we have a second card being sent by Ethiopia? I might suspect H. Did he? Oh, he's about to send. If he goes for the Trinity card again, I suspect he might be doing a fast fortress, but since he's chopping wood, I would doubt he is going H3.
Oh, it's aging up with the Somalis.
Oh. I've been seeing a lot of Somali
Yeah, I mean, it's such a strong age up. Those units are really good against all cav as well.
Yeah, pretty good unit.
Aged up with the quartermaster. It
Looks-
seems we're going to be just doing like a standard FF. 700 coin into 700 wood.
Yeah, pretty greedy naked FF. I don't think Ottomans has scouted anything out of Kevin in terms of map scouting. Can we have a look at the map scouting?
I mean, he's just scouted. Sorry, that's Ollie's perspective, Kevin. He's just scouted his base with the Nuka Clubman. And he's seen the wood from the age up. He's going to see the 700 coin. No, he's not.
No, he's not. So holding on to the second shipment and using it to get the influence card, which ships 200 influence for each shipment from here on. So he is really focusing on getting those Somali units out in H2.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but we're making Darudes right now.
And they don't cost population space, so he doesn't have to really make houses at all.
Aging up at
And
5
Ottomans
minutes
just-
17. That's quite nice. Getting a 90 wood treasure. Ollie really doesn't want Kevin scouting, deciding to just TC fire that nuke coming down.
But I think he knows the fast focus is on the way now.
Yep.
And what's the response from Kevin right now? Sending in the villager shipment right now. And training more units. Opting to stay in H2.
Yeah, he's got the shuttles out. Maybe a few raids, perhaps?
Ethiopia taking the center trade post, making sure that Ottomans doesn't take the trade. The whole trade land to himself.
Yeah, he's probably scouted Silk Road in deck and not wanting him to take that.
A pretty risky trade post, but I think it's worth it against Ottomans in case if he goes for the trade post control.
We can see Jan's being trained now. I wonder what his first card will be. Do you think it'll be
Probably
Avis
Avis
or
guns, to be
1000
honest.
wood or 2
Yeah.
Falcons?
I doubt he would ship Falcons because he doesn't have much units out. It could be his second shipment, but he is stacking up on the second shipment right now, so it could be Abus into 2 Falcons maybe. I guess we'll find out.
Perhaps. Do you think Kevin's
he
going to
might-
stay H2?
I doubt it since he did. Okay, I don't think he's. Yeah, he definitely has to push back right now. He has no clue on what units Ottomans has out right now.
Oh, he did actually
I'm
just
not
scout
sure
the Delhi that came out with his explorer that died.
He does have a pretty good mass going on for it. Skirm, shock infantry.
تزجاج منفلقة ونو
So Ollie's sending Jans.
Stacking up on 500 points. Going for the fort right in the center for the map.
That's nice. Get that map control.
I think we might see Kevin just stay H2 a bit longer.
Or
Doesn't the
he's-
Somali units get a bonus against artillery or something like
the
that?
Darudes
Or
get
was
a
it the other
bonus
units?
against artillery. It's these guys.
Mm-hmm.
2 times.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see 1000 coin from Ollie here. He loves the industrial plays today.
Yeah, he's been. I think. Do you reckon we might see a revolt again?
Is
Could be the
Ottomans-
barbaric warfare.
I mean, that's the one that's usually played, right? But it's kind of fallen out of meta recently.
Audio will turn into barbaric horses, which is pretty good, but I doubt we might see it. I think Ethiopia just struggles to deal with mercenaries in general, so that could be an option.
Perhaps we're seeing the cannoneers out of Ethiopia right now, so he definitely wants to keep playing H2, but he hasn't really done any damage. So, do you think the better option would just be to age here and try and do like a timing push in H3 and save the card?
I mean, Ottomans has been in H2 for like 2 minutes right now. I think he should try and macro for his age up. He does have a pretty good mass going on for him, so he should be able to hold a small push from Ottomans. So a smart play would be to age up, and now here comes the 4 Mamelukes from Ottomans.
Yeah, I mean, Ethiopia's gonna need some anti-cav for those. I'm not sure if shuttles will be enough, even though they are great units.
I wonder how shuttles would fare up against Wedge Jans, though.
H2 shuttles, probably not amazing. H3 with that card that you can send, probably a bit better.
He does see the Jans going onto his base right now, but I don't think it forces a reaction. He's forced to push back now.
It's nice to see Jeff Riders out of Kevin here.
Oh yeah, he's picking up another villager there.
Yep.
He's completely coming to H2 right now. But he does have a pretty good skirm mass to deal with the Jans as long as the Mamelukes don't get on top of them. And here comes his push.
Man, yeah, this is a lot of shuttles here. We're just gonna need to somehow take care of these mams. Are the shuttles gonna be enough? I'm not sure. We've got Somali coming in reinforcing, maybe gonna, yeah, be trying to deal with those mams. We've got the Delhi as well there on the Cannoneers and the Darudes. More shuttle coming out from Ethiopia here. But yeah, there's just not really enough of them, I feel. More Jans
I think Ethiopia cleans this out.
Maybe, but there's not really much anti-cav, and there's still 4 Delhi and 2 mams. Or 3 mams, actually, on the field.
Yeah, but once this heavy cav goes down, Ethiopia should have the edge here. But Oliveza really sticking on to him, just forcing on to his skirms, right? Trying to not get kited to death. But I think the mams have really proven to be a really good value for him right here. Still has 3 mams. Are those 3 mams?
Yeah, there's still... Oh, yeah, there's 2. 2 of them are Delhi. So there's still 2 more mams left. About half health each. But I don't really see how Kevin comes back in from this. We now see Falx on the way for Otto. And how's Kevin going to deal with this in H2? I'm not sure. Guess
The worst part about being stuck in H2 as Ethiopia is you can't really take out Falconets without diving into your units. You really have to force a fight and squish in your units to take out Falconets with your Shotel warriors, which can be a pretty risky situation considering the massive Jans he has going on for him right now.
Exactly.
But might pick off a few Delhis right here. Not a good fight for Shotels, but the Musketeers coming out to help them out.
Oh, that's nice. Leaving the one that got snared behind. Allowing the 4 Delhi to just run away. The fort goes down. Oh,
Otherwise, trying not to push out.
Otto's been on 25 vills this entire time. He's just getting the tech to go up.
That should have been a tech he should have got at 8 minutes. So he's been pretty much idle, not making wills for like 4 minutes now.
Something like that. But it's just crazy how many more like units he could get out despite being at like a vill deficit.
But at this point, it's just unit shipments for Ottomans. And so the same goes for Ethiopia as well. This might be a really good position for Ottomans to take a fight because his whole eco is just down there.
Yeah, I don't really see how Kevin comes out of this.
I think he's given up right here.
Yeah, it's his entire eco.
Ooh, that's a lot of idle time. I don't see a way how he gets back into this game with the amount of Jans and Falx he has out of the field. I don't think Shotel is gonna cut it unless he mispositions his Falconets really bad. The Mamluks are still alive. Did he heal them up?
Yeah, he sent imams. Oh, I didn't send. He made them. Oh, we got a raid here though.
Yeah, but I don't think that's really gonna save him from this
Man,
push.
Otto's on 12 vills now. If Kevin can just like somehow hold this, he might have a chance. But he doesn't. His entire eco's on food.
His entire eco is just running around on the map.
Yeah.
Both, I think this might
Oh
end
yeah,
up to
and
be.
that's it.
Oh,
I
I think Kevin called it.
yeah, I think Kevin resigned. Like, there's nothing he could have done, really. He didn't have any eco. There's like, there's a man. There's like what 15 gens here and 2 facts in his base. So yeah, that was a good
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, that was a pretty good game.
Otto was kind of just able to steamroll after hitting age 3. The MAM shipment's
Yeah,
so
I
good.
don't.
He wasn't actually
Him
idle
forcing the fight out
at all.
was pretty good.
Otto wasn't idle
He
at
wasn't.
all. Yeah.
So maybe we missed out on. Oh, we did. Oh, no. But he did lose a lot of beats in the end. Yeah, it's just one big bad fight right there at 10 minutes.
Yeah, this was under the
Totally.
fort as well, I think.
It was. He was up against wet units, so don't blame him. And he still managed to clean up most of his units. So I think if Kevin was in H3, then he could have easily won that fight right there.
Yeah. I guess he just wanted to
And then-
kind of mass in H2 and try and take the fight, but it didn't pay off.
Maybe investing into more H2 units after being 2 minutes in H3 for Ottomans wasn't the best of ideas. But I guess he wasn't expecting him to have such a huge mass of units and the early Mamelukes.
There we go.
It looks like they are not done with the USA game yet. So let's
No.
just move on to the Aztec Sweden game.
I wonder how long that one will go for.
So let's just fast forward exactly to 15 minutes. So Oliveza won this match, right? So that was game 3 or game 2? Am I missing
That
something?
one we just watched was game 2.
And Oliveza took the match.
Ollie won that one.
Right. So let's.
Okay,
go
so
to
it doesn't
predictions and-
out of sync, which is good. I'm just gonna skip to 15 minutes and then we can watch the end of that one.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll get the prediction in for game 3.
I don't think you bother because it's kind of like the end.
I mean, just do it when I can.
Oh, I didn't add the Spain game. The Spain and France game.
We'll be with you in 2 minutes, guys. Just fast forwarding to 15 minutes. think let's continue from here. I think this is a good spot.
Okay. Okay, here we are. Game 2. We're on Carolean Lakes, I think it is. We've got Oliveza here in the blue, playing Aztec. And we got Kevin over here on the left-hand side of the map in red, and he's going to be playing Swedes. So, yeah, this is an interesting map, just because there's a lot of ice, and you can't build on ice. So, it kind of makes base layouts a bit weird. So I'll be interested to see if we see some forward bases here in the middle, or if we see some contesting of the TPs like we did in the last game. Yeah, what do you think, Pixel?
I think I'll just hand it over to you, to be honest, because you're the Aztec expert here. You might give us a better insight on what to expect from these two players right here. So what do you think?
I know in this matchup, I always rush, because you just can't let Sweden torp boom. You got to keep the pressure on. You got to keep them kind of in their base. And so I expect to see that from Ollie. I expect to see like a forward war hut maybe right here. And yeah, just applying pressure.
Let's just have a look at their decks if they have chosen.
I don't think the decks have come in yet. It may have just come in now.
It has come in.
I'm on Mother Nature, silly me. Okay, so Sweden deck. I think that's fairly standard. Nothing pops out. Maybe these natives, they've got the long range, is that right?
They do have pretty good range, but they don't do as much damage as the regular skirms, but they're pretty decent at what they do. It's the promotions that really benefits those skirms, so we might see them in action. I'm not sure how fairly they go against Aztec, but I think it's just to deal with the PMS Spearman early on.
Yeah, perhaps. We got Ollie. What's he? Okay, so we might see a fast stage up with the Camelcat card and maybe into Zapotec for some siege. That might be really nice. But I like this deck.
Looks like a pretty standard H2 play from Aztec Oliveza here.
And I think this is actually a great map for Aztec and for Sweden for Sweden as well, because there's so many of these small wood treasures. And so in your transition, Sweden can probably get a torp or two more, and then Aztec can get a house or something. Always needing pop space with those really big shipments in H2. We've got the Camelcat card coming in right now, so that'll speed up our age up. I think the aim is to speed up the age up into H2. So I think we'll see that war hut coming out. And we got the governor for Sweden. What age up is that?
That's the one outpost and 200 coin.
I don't know if that's standard or not, because usually it's the 2 vills and the 2 cows, right?
I think, yeah, both are really viable build orders actually, because 2 vills pretty good, and 2 cows obviously you can just put them on the tops and you can have a pretty good food income early on to get those carry gains. But not quite sure what he wants to do with the 200 coin here. Maybe I doubt we might see fast age 3 because he's already on wood.
Yeah,
so it's maybe just
you really want to get those torps out. Yeah. Ah, here we go.
We might see a stable start.
We've got the forward war hut. It's trooping across the map. I think for Kevin right now, he just needs to scout it. If he scouts it, that's already a big win in his books. Because he'll know...
I think he might spot it.
Yeah, there we go. So he knows there's going to be early pressure. And if he can see where it's placed, he'll know kind of where that's going to come from. First card for Sweden, maybe the 4 torps. I think that's the usual play.
That's pretty simple. Yes. We might see 4 torps right here. Pretty sure Sweden knows the pressure is on the way, but hasn't scouted the placement of the Ford Warcart yet. But he knows it's up close.
Yeah. Oh, that was really nice. Letting the Eagle Scout get the last kill on the Explorer, giving triple XP. So that was 135 XP. So letting the Warchief just back off and get the Eagle Scout to get the last kill. Got a Rax coming up from Sweden. Oh, and he's sending the allies right now.
So he used the 200 coin to get in those native shipments.
Yeah.
You don't usually see such a trade, do you? It's usually either Egglesburg tops, but it's usually the Dominion start for Sweden. That's pretty common.
Yeah, so his boom's not going to be as good, which I think is good for Aztec, but he's going to have to be super cautious with these guys.
Yeah, Spearmen are gold units, which can be pretty painful if you use them early on. Aztec really doesn't like mining gold.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in H2.
These natives are just going to get promoted off these low HP units.
It seems to be buffing the rate of fire for each promotion.
Yeah, I think
and
you're
the
right.
range, I believe.
So
For
gold.
speed.
I'm curious to see what gold will give them. So the Dominions have just come in. For Sweden, and on Aztec's behalf, are just seeing unit shipment after unit shipment. Oh, the Coyotes.
Swede losing a lot of gold right here.
But I mean, a few of these guys are on gold right now. Look at that. 2.1 rate of fire, 23 range.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Cleaning up the Coyote mass from Aztec right here.
I mean, I think Sweden's fine. Just need to get rid of these Coyotes.
He does have 8 torps out on the map and more being built soon. So I think Sweden eco-wise might be pretty decent because these torps are just trickling in food and coin at the same time, but he doesn't have Engelsberg torps in, so eco is not looking quite strong for him yet. Forced to being shipped the 3 Hussars early on to deal with the early push from Aztec here. What do you think? Is Aztec doing a right play right here? He's just sacrificing all his units.
I mean, he's got to get some anti-cav out right now, right? That's his last unit shipment, I'm pretty sure. Oh, he's still got the 6 Puma and the Zapotex behind, so... Oh, he's just got to be careful. Ollie! No! Ollie! That's a whole shipment! Oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah, 3 Hussars getting the max. Pretty good value out of that.
That's very good
essentially
value.
taking out the entire shipment right there. But then one single PMS spearman.
Yeah, like
forcing those 3 Hussars not to fight.
You look away for 1 second and the match has just changed. Oh, nice cav micro.
Yeah, but that shipment just costed him that entire mass right there. That's really unfortunate. And he might just lose those 3 slingers as well.
Oh, we got the TC Big Button coming in from Aztec right now. So that those are the 4 Jaguar Power Knights. They've got really good siege and they actually counter heavy infantry. So I don't know if he wants to just run them in here like that. He's probably not aware.
But those 3 Hussars got such insane value just out of 1 shipment, if you think about it. It killed like, what, 5 Coyotes, 1 Pikeman, and a few slingers? Like a whole shipment of slingers, right?
Yeah, it just cleaned up everything that he had pretty much.
So the 3 Hussars shipment really paying off for Kevin right here. Pretty good play from his side. But still really suffering on the eco side. How's Aztec doing?
So Aztec's on 24 vils. He's shipping the Puma now, so that's the last of his shipments, apart from the Zapotec. And we're just seeing food and wood heavy macro here, so I think he's just going to go for Coyote Slinger.
I think he's given up on the push right now and being focused for siege down tops on the map.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be real tough for Aztec to come back from this. But he's got to be careful. Don't throw away more units.
Uh-oh.
Oh. I mean, he only picked off one. But Sweden's eco is kind of kicking in right now.
Yeah, he's on 10 torps. He hasn't boomed much.
He's getting full batches out. Oh, and what? He can send this again. Oh, it's an
It's an
infinite
infinite
shipment. Wow. It's interesting, the decision to send that twice.
I would have rather preferred maybe the artillery foundry and the leather cannon shipment right here, maybe.
Yeah,
What
I
do you
mean,
think about leather cannons against Aztec?
like, how does Aztec really counter that? Obviously, it's with Coyote, but if you have, like, 15 Musk just sitting on those cannons, what's Aztec really gonna do? In H2 at least. I mean, I guess Kevin's just letting Ollie siege down these torps. Scores are still really close. Oh, this is nice.
Oh, he's using the
Yeah, the Jaguar
Jaguars
piles
to
are in
really
stealth.
Pretty good pickup right there, but might
Yeah.
lose the Jags right
A
there.
bit, but I mean, Jags don't counter these guys, do they? Because these are light infantry.
No, they don't. They are light in.
Yeah.
The Aztec Explorer goes down.
Yeah.
So there goes the XP. Bro.
And the tankiness. That's also what he's really helpful
Yeah, the
for.
tank.
Oh, nice cover mode button in the Coyotes right there, and the Pikes, just letting the Slingers do the work while the rest tank. I think that was actually a pretty good fight for Ollie, like, probably the best he could have hoped for. I would say he's probably on top right now.
A really bad fight from Kevin, if you think about it. He lost his tops and his military units.
Yeah, he lost half a
Score-wise-
shipment and the Cav.
Yeah. None of the players contesting for the trade post so far.
I mean, I
Just,
guess these civs,
all
they don't
engaged.
really need TPs. Obviously, Aztec doesn't really need a TP. Sweden, you don't really see any TP starts, so... Yeah. Oh, we're seeing the Warrior Priest production start. Very nice. Oh, he's already on 5.
seconds.
So he must have sent 3 Warrior Priest. Yep. That'll be nice just to boom behind the push.
He still has the Zapotec on it, so in case if Swede decides to go heavy on those Hussars, he might just hit those.
Oh, and Sweden's sending the allies again. What do you think about sending this card 3 times in H2?
Considering that he doesn't really have a skirm shipment against those spearmen, but he's not really making Hussars, so I'm not sure what his intention is here. I guess just to pick off units. I think it's mostly just to deal with the slingers. I think that's what he's thinking. Because with Carolians, you can't really deal with them. And he knows that Aztec has a mass of Pumas right now, so he's really depending on those Bavarian skirms to take care of the spearmen.
Yeah, I guess so.
And the slingers as well.
Yeah, and that range is going to be really nice. Like, slingers only have 16 range, whereas these guys can get up to 23, so...
He's really making good use out of those skirms, putting them in front of the line, taking shots, making sure they get the promotions up.
Yeah. Oh, he denied the second war hut here as well.
Yeah, pretty good pickup right there. Making good use out of the 23 range. Is any of them gold yet?
One is.
Yeah, there's one gold right
One
there.
on silver and a few on bronze. There's a lot of Carolians as well, though. So, I think it's still definitely very even. I would like to see some Cav from Kevin. And yeah, Aztec's just doubling down on the slinger production.
But really good play by Aztec here. He is housed, okay. But he's really preventing the Swedish player to stop booming on the map. He's really scouting up the map,
Yeah.
making sure he's not topping up.
Like he
Pretty good
knows where all
play,
the
but he-
mines are. I think he's just missing. Oh, the cheeky. That's 7 torps right there.
Yeah, really missing out on those mines. He's doing a really good job at trying to scout out the existing mines, but he really needs to scout the rest of them. I doubt he'll ever scout there. It's pretty close to the edge.
Yeah, I think you're right. We got the Zabatex coming in now. I wonder if he'll just use those guys for siege. Like he might just send them around the map just to siege and be annoying to make Kevin have to run after him.
Zapotecs are pretty good to siege because you can't really send hussars against those guys, nor the Caroleans. So. But you could still kite them with Caroleans technically. But those guys are really tanky. And here comes the infantry HP card from the sweet player. Kevin is really doubling down on H2.
Oh wait, what's happened?
Oh.
Why has the wreck just stopped? Yeah, so this stream's been a bit all over the place, but this is actually game 3, and for some reason at the very end, the live game that we were watching just decided to not work. So this is the recorded game, and we're gonna start from around 14 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, there
we go.
So continuing where we left off, Aztec showing his presence on the map, not letting Swede take any of the torps, but Swede does have a few sneaky torps down south, which Aztec hasn't spotted yet.
And dropping more. And sending Zapotex as well. So I think we were discussing, is he going to go, like, send those Zapotex to go siege torps, or is he going to add them into his unit comp? Yeah. Making more Coyote from Aztec. What's Sweden up to? Sweden's making more Cav, which I think is a good play, because there's not a lot of pikes here from Aztec.
Yeah. Interesting to see how Kevin has utilized the skirms to really good use, sending your shipments like 3 times now.
Yeah, but like it's a balance. Like, do you send an infinite shipment 3 times, or do you send it like only twice and then you get that shipment in H3 or another shipment?
Yeah, a beautiful pull trade by Kevin right there with his skirms, and now here we have a big engagement by Kevin and Oliveza just going in.
Yeah, the Zapotex are getting stuck in there. Oh, the Vilpool though, that's going to be super nice, not letting the Slingers really get onto those Caroleans. There's still a lot of Huss here, but not much pike.
He is losing a few wills in there.
Yeah, but there's so many Caroleans here. Oh, and they're just going to charge. I don't see how Aztec really takes this fight.
Yeah, he doesn't have an answer to the Hussars there. And Caroleans should do pretty good against Slingers and melee.
And I think
big fight for.
I think that's it. I'm not sure what else Aztec can do to follow this up. It's just too many units for Sweden. Yeah, GG.
Yeah, and that's game right there.
I mean, it's tough for Aztec. Like, you try your best to like rush, and Sweden's able to like hold and then just boom behind it, and yeah, but I think Ollie did a good job of like trying to deny torps. He definitely sieged quite a few. He sieged ones here, he sieged ones here, and he was scouting all over the map for more vills, trying to drop torps. So yeah, I think he did his best, but in the end Sweden was just able to mass more and kind of just go from there.
Do you reckon the game would have turned if Aztec spotted those 2 coil mines down south?
Like, I don't think so. Because I feel like if he went to go siege them, those torps down south, then Kevin's just gonna like walk straight into his war huts and just siege them down and then walk into his base.
But that's like what, almost 6-7 tops down there that could pop cap them at the moment he was, maybe.
Potentially.
Yeah, losing a few wills there, but I think it was worth it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, there's just no way Aztec can come back from that. Okay, I think now maybe I'd try get that game going again.
Game.
I think they're still going.
Yeah, they're still going. Looks like it's going to be a big game. Let's get the predictions going. Just give me a sec. And this is the last game of the series, right? Okay, we have predictions in. Who will take game 5? We have USA versus Mexico.
Okay, here we are. Game 5 of Ollie versus Kevin. Let's get going. Oh, we want to slow that down. On the right, we have Ollie playing Mexico. And then over here on the left, we have Kevin in the red playing USA. What do you think about these two civs, and how do you think this will play out on this map?
Two really versatile civs. You could really go anything, to be honest. It depends, because the age up decides what game style you want to go with these two civs. And yeah, I just guess we just wait for the decks and the age ups and see what they plan on doing. We have USA going with the early trade post down south.
Oh, we got some
And-
treasure contestation. Mexico takes it, but he's also getting killed by this one at the same time.
Yeah, he was working on two treasures at the same time, it seems. Kevin could steal this treasure if he gets a good snare, and maybe he's just focused on taking down the.
Oh, I
explorer.
don't think Kevin's paying attention though. He could have easily taken that, but he was probably just focused on getting getting the explorer down. Oh my gosh, he had to click it again. Oh, it seems like Mexico's going for a 10-10.
Ah,
So he's left his wood there and his coin, and he's decided not to make a house. And
ooh, I think he might be going for a bar right here.
oh, I feel like this is going to be like a H2 rush into revolt into H4. I know Lionheart likes to kind of play this strategy a bit. But I think we'll see these skirms out. The Navajo they're super fast and they can stealth as well.
I believe they get a bonus against rolls as well. Especially these skirms. Ooh, the two Highlanders on deck.
Yeah, we got the Highlander card, and we've also got Chinese immigrants. So I think Kevin's going to be looking to take the TP lines as well. Apart from those
interesting.
two cards, I don't think there's anything else too much that stands out.
They're pretty standard. It's interesting because Mexico has already sent ATP, so he's really invested into getting the trade line. So we might see a lot of early contention on the trade lists.
Oh, and he's got the native TP as well, so maybe we'll be seeing him make those Berbers or even the Berber camels that are actually anti-cav units.
Melee guns, pretty good units.
Yes.
I wonder if USA counter scouted the deck on Mexico with the ATP player and went for Chinese immigrants.
Maybe.
But
that would be a pretty good play.
what are the age ups?
USA's going out with Pennsylvania, and Ollie's going out with...
The tax, that age ups.
So is this like a Hacienda boom?
It seems like it, but it doesn't have land grab, so he is shipping 700 wood right now. Not quite sure what he's up to. It could be the thing that you said, but I've never seen this before. I've never seen the Mexico play start with ATP.
Yeah, I mean,
It's usually trade post weapons.
at 4 minutes all the TPs have been taken.
Yeah, except for that one native Berber TP on Oliveza's side.
Oh, and they're going for the Sufi as well. Oh, the Quizlabash. These guys are really good units.
Yeah, pretty strong units.
They're like
especially
goons that are also
in
lancers, right?
they're just lancers. They're goons which beat infantry in range and in melee,
Yeah, that's right.
but they don't beat hussars. The only counterplay to them is just make hussars of hero in H2. I don't think, and civs with goons in H2 can do those.
Well, what's this
Going
card?
up, going with Macedon.
So yeah, I think he's going for the what are they called? The Highlander play.
Scottish.
So he's trying to get as many TPs as possible, and the church also contributes a Highlander as well. But it's interesting, the counterplay from Ollie, he's taken all the other TPs. Oh, he's actually got a bit of a full
Yeah.
base here.
Native treaty is coming in right now. So the Squizzlebash could do some really solid damage against those musketeers.
Yeah, and we got, yeah, you're right.
Stagecoach has been researched. I don't know if it affects both the trade routes. It doesn't look.
Wait, has Stagecoach? Oh, Stagecoach has been researched for just the north one.
Mm-hmm.
Jesuits coming out?
Yeah,
Where do they come from?
he's training it from the native ones. It's part of the age out.
Oh, okay, I see.
That's the thing about these two civs. Like their age up depends on what playstyle they go for. So you can't really tell what they want to do unless they age up. So it's like you have to scout their decks each time they age up to get an idea on what they're going for.
I mean, all these cav units straight into Musk, I feel like it's not an amazing trade for Ollie, but even then it is, because there's just not enough units out for USA. Is USA sending the Highlander card? Not
Oh,
yet.
Not yet. I think he's still waiting to get all the costs.
Yeah, I think he wants to pressure the TPs a bit more, maybe. We've also got a stable for USA, which is, you don't see a lot, but it's also not. It's also kind of standard, I guess.
Yeah, pretty good defense by Kevin, forcing the native treaties card right out of the window. I think maybe Oliveza should have just massed more units before the push.
Now the question is,
And,
does Ollie like revolt after this, or does he keep pushing?
He hasn't switched his resource crates to wood, and he might be macroing it up for that.
I mean, he's sending 700.
figure it.
He's just sent 700 coin, and he's still on coin for the TP line. Wait, and he's still making units, so maybe he wants to play H2 a bit more.
I think we might see a late Baja revolt. We might just wait to get the trade boosts and then revolt. I'm pretty sure he wants to revolt because he doesn't have much cards in H3. I doubt he would just go fast, like to the Fortress Age. It has to be a revolt, right?
The Husk catching the Jesuits.
Pretty standard play by USA so far, but Mexico taking a unique approach.
Yeah, I mean, he's only got the native TPs. I don't think he... Oh, apart from this Rax, but he hasn't produced anything from it.
He did have some insurgencies in queue, but he cancelled them a while ago.
Yeah, he's still just making, like, Berber Camel and Jesuits, which I don't know
Yeah, basically goons.
are gonna do that well against Musk.
Conquistadors are fine by themselves, but like when there's a huge mass of musketeers, I doubt they'll do well. And especially considering they have a build image because they are native units. But yeah, they're just being annoying with the goons.
Yeah.
Pretty sure the conquistadors don't have a multiplier negatives against villagers and melee though, so I think maybe he should just go into melee mode on the settlers.
¿Qué me ordena?
I'm not sure
Yeah,
about
there's
that. Yeah,
the
but
point.
he's sending the Navajo now, so that'll do well against the Musk here. But there's a lot of units here, a lot of cav, which probably isn't a problem for Mexico. It's more just the Musks right now that he has to deal with.
Seizing down the TP, forcing USA back to defense. But Mexico just doesn't have the mass to deal with this, and he's not paying attention. Yeah, Mexico isn't looking at the best. He's floating on a lot of food, but he just can't put the food to good use because he doesn't have much gold income.
He just has to get rid of this cav, and then his Navajo skirms can kind of just go to work.
But yeah, that's bad. Exposing those skirms right
But the
there.
goons are out of position.
Not-
Oh!
So
Where are
I
these
think
units going?
They're so fast, man. What speed are they?
They're 5
Like
speed.
running at 5 speed or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they're amazing units. Wow,
11
just
base attack.
keep raiding. And he's sending the big button. Is that from the TC? I think so.
Yeah. What does it send though? It sends
Jags.
JPKs.
So yeah, we still got a lot of food floating here for Ollie. And we're still just making natives. What's Kevin up to?
Still floating on a lot of food though.
Oh, so Kevin's going H3, and he's also making the Berbervilles. Kentucky, do you know what that gives?
It's the one with the outlaws and the gold mine, I believe.
Ah, okay.
I don't play much in Mexico, but I do have some basic knowledge about these serfs.
I'm really interested at Ollie's macro right now, like 24 on food, 3 on wood, 2 on coin.
I don't think he's really just focused on the raids and not totally messing up the macro for this.
I guess he's trying to revolt, and that's why he's got the TPs on coin.
I doubt it though.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Central America.
Oh, it's...
Nice one. And yeah, the raids are really nice.
He should really set those goons into melee combo to get the most out of them.
Potentially. Yeah, he's got to be careful
guess
here not
he's
to lose
just,
all these units though, because this is his army.
Those Boba cannons would clean up those goons.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup.
I think they're set to stand down more because that one... Okay, now he's reacted. Yeah, the goons have been annoying in the game so far. Now the Navajo also picking up a few settlers right there.
Yeah, Mexico's up on vills by about 10. USA is sending the 2 blockhouses that increases the gather rate in its radius. And he's got another card he can send as well.
It sends 2 blockhouses, upgrades them to fortified and, I mean not fortified, frontier, and gives 20% gather rate boost on all hunts for the rest of the game.
Within its radius.
No, I don't think that's the case. It's a permanent boost to all hunting, right? Just have a look.
Oh. Oh, Evo thinks it's 30%.
Yeah, 30%.
So it seems Mexico wants to go industrial. Ollie's loving the industrial plays. I think we've seen it like 3 out of 5 games so far.
Do you reckon we might see a third revolt.
Potentially. I mean, it's Mexico. You never know. This is nice though. He gets the line of sight and could potentially raid with the Jags.
Oh, there goes the nerf stealth there. Really making good use of the Navajo. They're still alive.
Yeah.
Being annoying, poking on the.
Like, I think he's picked off a lot of vills, just like poking in and out with like separate raiding parties. But Kevin's gone very aggressive with these two blockhouses, just right in the middle of the map, pressuring this TP line that he can never really kind of get like under control. I swear he's burnt this down like 2 times already.
That's the thing. He just keeps being forced back into base because Oliveza is just being annoying with those units. They're still alive, still poking those wells. I think he's got a few. And Mexico now taking more the village elite by 7 wells.
And the walls come up as we go into H4.
I think we might see heavy cannons.
I think we will. He's just going to try to delay USA as much as possible so I can get those big H4 shipments out. Yeah, this is extensive walling. Wow, even more raids in base. This would be very frustrating to deal with if I was Kevin. Like every minute,
Yeah,
just like
it would be.
stealth units appearing in the middle of my base, killing my villas. It's like, oh, come on.
But here's the thing though, he's forced to make a lot of sharpshooters right now, so he doesn't have the best of siege to deal with these buildings.
That's true, and heavy cannons will just clean this. Like, he doesn't even have any cav here or anything.
Especially sharpshooters and state militia, they're really frail units. They just die super fast too.
Yeah, more sharpshooters
heavy
here.
cannons.
Even more
Cleaning up
sharpshooters.
those. Yeah.
Loves the sharpshooters. They're a great unit, to be fair.
Yeah, they're great units for kiting, but they don't do well in close quarters. And here comes
the revolution. Oh, he doesn't have a shipment at first, but we got all this lovely XP that we can gather up and get those big shipments in. What are we going to see first? Probably maybe the lances? Because there's a lot of skirms here, not a lot of musk. I think so, because he's chopping wood. Oh, I'm interested to see how this will go. If he can get a great pop on all these units, he could clean that, because I think it's 15 of them. Yeah.
15 guard lances, yeah.
Oh, it's 1,000.
Yeah, this is a
as
easy.
well. Okay.
Yeah, this is an easy cleanup because you don't see much anti-cav units in the mix, and it's just a whole mass of sharpshooters. I don't think Kevin notices that what's coming.
Oh man, this could be amazing. What's Kevin? He's making musk now, but like it's gonna be too late. The minute on the way.
It's too late. Oh no.
Here it
Oh, here comes
goes.
the big pop.
And these sharpshooters are just backing up instantly. That's a cleanup. Even though there's musk here,
that's
they
a
just
big
can't do anything. Lances after the skirms as well, but there's going to be reinforcing musk on the way. It might have to back off there. But I
Yeah,
think,
wouldn't be surprised to see two heavy cannons come in right now.
yeah, I mean, I think Ollie's still looking good, even though his macro is a bit off and his vills have been idle for the past few minutes. The lances have done really nicely. Don't lose them though. Yeah, there we go. What's he gonna send now? Maybe...
I think it's the revolt card, that thing on the center. That cost wood maybe. I don't know what it does.
Which one? This one.
Yeah, that one.
I think you send heavy cannons now. That's what I would do. Because there's just not really any cav on the field.
It sends him a big... So it's basically a native treaties button, but a huge one. It sends in a lot of units and upgrades them to champions.
Upgrades them to champion, okay. Oh yeah, that's
So I
what he's
think-
doing.
So he's gonna get goons, which isn't gonna be really helpful here unless he gets those lancers in time. Yeah, he really needs those lancers back in base.
He does need the lances back in base. I think going for a raid is nice, but if your kind of base is getting destroyed, kind of want to be defending that, I guess. especially if you're going to have a
Especially,
unit shipment popping.
I'm really keen to see how many units he's going to get out of this shipment, especially for an Age 4 shipment, because I've never seen this used.
Here we go. The Lancers are back as well. TC goes
But
down.
there's too many musketeers.
The Vils are mixed in there as well. There are a lot of masks as well, yeah.
But the Lancers might... There's Quizzlebash in there as well, so I think this might get the job done.
Yeah, I think Ollie's on top, but like, he's at 25 Vils to Kevin's 39. His macro is just entirely skewed. He just has to kind of like do as much damage now as possible. Oh, but here come the goons, and he's running entirely cav comp, so... Carbine cavalry, pretty good after the buff.
They're pretty
Making
decent,
short
as long as
work.
they're standing.
And I'm not sure what Ollie can follow up with. Yep, that's it. GG, well played. Kevin takes the series. Great games.
Man.
I never really knew
I'll
what
get-
was happening at all in any of them.
Yeah, Oliveza really coming up with the strats here, giving us some really interesting games.
Yeah, great games. I'm glad we could actually have a look at the recordings after the spectator view kind of bugged out. So I'm glad we got to finish them. Yeah, thanks for the games, Ollie and Kevin. It was very entertaining. And thanks everyone for watching. I want to actually have a look at that Lancer pop.
Ooh, and the Will Graph as well. I think you've got a pretty good rates back at base.
Yeah,
Look
great
at that.
raids. Very good.
Yeah. I'll give it to Oliveza, giving us some really good games with the unique strategies with these civs. I wasn't expecting the Revolt as Portuguese in the tournament. That was totally unexpected.
Yeah, it was very interesting. Good to see a kind of different way of certain civs being played.
Yeah, I think let's end the stream right here.
Okay, well,
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
yep, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll catch you later.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.